the tallest part of Balhair was no easy feat, and by the time Sweeney had made his way into the bailey, the coach had come through the gates. The coach door swung open, and a step was put down. He saw a small but well-shod foot appear on that step, and he broke into a run. Arran McKenzie adored the pleasant sensation of a woman's soft bum on his lap, and the sweet scent of her hair in his nostrils, especially with the golden warmth of good ale lovingly wrapping its liquid arms around him. He'd sampled freely of the batch his cousin and first lieutenant had brewed. Jock Mackenzie fancied himself something of a master brewer. Arran was slouched in his chair, his fingers slowly tracing a line up the woman's back, lazily trying to recall her name. "What is it, then? Irene? Irene?" "My lord! Mackenzie!" someone shouted. Arran bent his head to see around the blonde curls of the woman in his lap. Sweeney Mackenzie, one of his best guards, was shouting at him from the rear of the hall. The poor man was clutching his chest as if his heart was failing him, and he looked quite frantic as he cast his gaze around the crowded room. Where is he?" he demanded of a drunk beside him. Where is Mackenzie?" Sweeney was a fierce warrior and a dedicated commander, but when he was agitated, he had a tendency to stutter like he had when they were children. Generally, there was little that could agitate the old salt, and that something had made Arran take notice. "Here, Sweeney," he said, and pushed the girl off his lap. He sat up, gestured his man forward. "What has rattled you, then?" Sweeney hurried forward. "She's back," he breathlessly managed to get out. Arran frowned, confused. "Pardon?" Sweeney's lips and tongue seemed to stick together. He swallowed and tried to expel the word. "Take a breath, lad," Arran said, coming to his feet. "Steady now. Who has come?" "Lady Mackenzie," he managed. That name seemed to drift up between Arran and Sweeney. Did Arran imagine it, or did everything in the hall suddenly go still? There was surely some mistake. He exchanged a look with Jock, who looked as mystified as Arran. He turned to Sweeney again and said calmly, "Another breath, man. You're mistaken." "He is not mistaken." Arran's head snapped up at the sound of that familiar, crisply English, feminine voice. He squinted to the back of the hall, but the torches were smoking and cast shadows. He couldn't make out anyone in particular, but the collective gasp of alarm that rose up from the 24 or so souls gathered verified it for him. His wench of a wife had returned to Balhair. After an absence of more than 3 years, she had inexplicably returned. This undoubtedly would be viewed as a great occasion by half of his clan, a calamity by the other half. Arran himself could think of only 3 possible reasons his wife might be standing here now. 1, her father had died and she had no place to go but to her lawful husband. 2, she'd run out of Arran's money. Or 3, she wanted to divorce him. He dismissed the death of her father as a reason. If the man had died, he would have heard about it. He had a man in England to keep a close eye on his faithless wife. The crowd parted as the auburn-haired beauty glided into the hall like a sleek galleon, 2 Englishmen dressed in fine woolen coats and powdered wigs trailing behind her. She could not possibly have run out of money. He was quite generous with her. To a fault, Jock said. Perhaps that was true, but Arran would not have it said that he did not provide for his wife. His wife's grand entrance was suddenly halted by one of Arran's old hunting dogs, whose sight had nearly gone. Roy chose that moment to amble across the cleared path and plop himself down, his head between his paws on the cool stone floor, oblivious to the activity of humans around him. He sighed loudly, preparing to take his nap. His wife daintily lifted her cloak and stepped over the beast. Her 2 escorts walked around the dog. As she continued toward him, Arran had to consider that the 3rd possibility was perhaps the most plausible. She had come